scientists are delving into the impact of prenatal cannabis exposure on long-term neurodevelopment. In previous studies, Washington University researchers Sarah Paul and David Baranger, working under Ryan Bogdan, uncovered links between prenatal cannabis exposure and mental health issues in children and adolescents. However, the biological mechanisms behind these associations remained elusive. This month, new research published in Nature Mental Health sheds light on potential mechanisms. Bogdan, a distinguished professor at Washington University in St. Louis, and postdoctoral fellow Baranger, identified intermediate biological steps that might explain how prenatal cannabis exposure leads to later behavioral issues. We see evidence that cannabis exposure may influence the developing brain, consistent with associations with mental health, said Baranger. Yet, unraveling the long-term impacts of prenatal cannabis exposure is a complex task, complicated by numerous confounding factors. Consider a teen with attention deficit disorder who is exposed to cannabis in utero. It's challenging to determine whether this condition is inherited, influenced by environmental factors, or directly linked to early cannabis exposure. The rising prevalence of cannabis use, especially among pregnant women, adds another layer of complexity. Using advanced statistical methods, researchers aim to isolate some of these confounding factors. They explored potential biological measurements that link prenatal cannabis exposure to adolescent behavior. While causation cannot be definitively established, identifying biological correlates associated with cannabis exposure makes causation plausible. The researchers utilized data from the Adolescent Brain and Cognitive Development Study, which tracks nearly 12,000 children across the U.S. Neuroimaging data from children exposed to cannabis before birth showed patterns consistent with potential reductions in neuroinflammation. It's possible we're seeing an anti-inflammatory effect of cannabis, influencing brain pruning during development, Bogdan explained. Though cannabis's anti-inflammatory effects are well known, timing is crucial. Too much inflammation reduction at the wrong time might disrupt brain pruning and priming. Another hypothesis suggests that cannabis exposure accelerates aging, impacting cognitive development. However, pinpointing a direct biological link between early cannabis exposure and later mental health conditions remains elusive. It could be the byproducts of smoking cannabis, rather than the cannabis itself, that drive these effects. The retrospective nature of the data poses limitations, as it relies on mothers recalling their cannabis use from a decade ago. Baranger looks forward to new, prospective longitudinal studies for more accurate data. Until then, the study's findings highlight the importance of discussing cannabis use with a healthcare provider during pregnancy. Talk to your doctor about your choices and what other options there might be, advised Baranger. Thanks for watching. If you are new to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell for further notification.